We've covered Thomson computers before. The French computer manufacturer was very much the big thing in France, but also over some other parts of Europe, and they did make some cracking little machines, both technically and also in their looks. We've covered the MO5 before and the TO7, both wonderful machines, and now we're going to move on to the TO8. Not exactly though, this isn't a full look at the machine. We will do one, but this one has a couple of issues, and so we're just going to test it out and test out a new cartridge we got as well, and see if we can solve that issue, and if we can, then we can eventually do a full video on this machine, because it is another wonderful machine. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, the light may be a bit inconsistent and there might be some more background noise than normal because it's incredibly hot in the room today. So I've got both the curtains and the window open, so yeah, whilst we'll control as much of it as possible, we may not be able to control everything. Just as in case you hear God knows what, and the light suddenly starts changing randomly, that's why. Okay, so here is the wonderful TO8D. It's D because it has a floppy disk in the side, although I know this one does still have a floppy disk in the side. I was looking at Gotek solutions, but I was trying to get an external one working. Another story. So this one's a bit dirty. It's got something kind of ground in here. I tried to remove it, but I couldn't, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'll try some techniques on it, but also I don't want to risk damaging the plastic. It needs a bit of a clean as well. It's just kind of been sitting around. So the problem with this machine is when it's been on for a while, something obviously happens and it suddenly won't boot again, or it black screens, or it does weird stuff. Now, having talked to some experts in the French system, at least people know a lot more than me, they say that the chip holders used in these are not particularly good quality, and so they can start to fail, and that is a symptom of those failing, is if things get worse over time when the machine's heating up, because they expand and the chip starts to work loose. So first of all, we'll open it up, we'll take it apart, and we'll take a look at what those chip holders look like. Then we will either just reflow them, might do enough, or we may try replacing them all together. I'm not sure if I've got the right ones, but we'll find out. So when we've done that, we'll then be able to test out our wonderful new Mega ROM cartridge, which Eduardo, maybe that's how you pronounce your name, it's spelled slightly differently to the way I know Eduardo was spelled, but anyway, hopefully got to me. And yeah, this is a wonderful little flash cartridge for use with these machines. I mainly got it for use with my TO7 because I didn't have the basic cartridge you need to do anything on that machine. I then got a basic cartridge, but this is going to be proving a lot more useful, I think. So yeah, the other issue with this one is I've got another device for the Thomson machines, which is an SD card solution, but that doesn't work on these, well, it doesn't work properly on the disc ones that have got inbuilt discs. So yeah, this one may prove more helpful, or get that Gotek solution working. Anyway, let's get this thing open. Right, there we go. So, got to be careful when you open these up, because straight away there's two relatively short flat flex cables plugged in there, and also this power light. Is it power light? Yep, power light and drive light connectors as well. So be careful. That's quite heavy, that front panel. That's a lot of metal in the keyboard, which is good. Right, so here we have the TO8 inside. There's a lot of corrosion in this machine. You can see it on the power block and there. I mean, I checked the voltages on this one out the first time and they all seem fine, so I'm not particularly worried about that. Screw missing there. Oh, I think that screw is the really long screw that comes through, maybe, or one of the screws anyway. So the only ones we've really got in there, unless there's something underneath there. So is that the memory chips? They don't seem to be particularly loose either. We'll try reflowing some of this stuff. Now there's a ROM chip that I've been told to stay completely away from and don't do anything with, because it will break and you won't be able to find a new one. So, so I will find that and make sure that we don't go anywhere near that, as much as we may be wanting to. Right, let's. Okay. Come out now. Come out. There we go. The drive does seem to be working, by the way. I tried formatting a disk in it and it seemed to work. Alright, so I don't know the chip that I'm supposed to be staying away from. Possibly this Thomson branded one there. I will recheck what I was told, and I will absolutely stay as far away from it as possible, because I'm not risking that. Okay, so I mean, these memory chips are the only things that are actually in. But we will check the soldering anyway. We may need to just reflow some stuff. I have already done a recap on this. I did all of them though, because they didn't particularly seem bad. So yeah. Anyway, let's get the board out and see what's what. Right, it's out. It's one of those mod boards, a bit of an origami puzzle to get out, but in the end I worked out you had to remove the reset button and it comes out a lot easier. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go and check out all of these solder points. Some of these look like they've been reworked. But when we confirm that must be the chip that they're talking about, so we go nowhere near that chip. Right. So we'll just check to see if we can see any dry solder points. Seeing a few that are certainly light on solder, and we'll just do a bit of resoldering. There's no point me showing you that. I'm literally just going to put some solder on, so I don't think it'll be particularly interesting. But I will go off and do that, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done after I've done it. Yeah. Right. See you in a bit. Okay, so we are back, and I haven't resoldered every chip. I've stayed far away from this as I was instructed. So what I've done is I've mostly resoldered some of the main ROMs and stuff which are around here, but I've also resoldered all these RAM chips because I suspect that these are aftermarket, because yeah, this wasn't a great soldering job. Very inconsistent levels of solder. It's not a huge amount better now, I'll be honest, but I didn't want to completely resolder it and start again, but I've evened it up and made sure that everything's got a decent amount of solder now. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see anything specifically that yelled out as being a real problem. Not really. There are a few ones that had less solder on than I would have been happy with. I mean, there still are. There's bits down here which have still got, I would say, not much solder, but it's definitely making contact. So yeah, that's probably not the problem. These need to be cleaned as well, but that's not what's going to be causing this issue. So I guess we'll just put it together again and we'll see if it at least is performing as well as it was before. Okay, so the SCART lead is in. We've plugged it in as well. So power switch is back here. Let's try switching it on. We've got lights. I heard the disk drive, and that just looks like black. That's annoying. So does that mean we've made it worse? Yeah, so we're just getting a black screen. Huh. Oh, there we go. Zoom out a little bit. There we are. That's what I was expecting to see. I think that may have actually been the capture device this time. Right, anyway, let's turn it off. Oh, I guess we'll make sure the keyboard works first. Yes, keyboard appears to work. Right, let's turn that off. Now, I'm assuming that this goes in here, because it's the only place I could think it would go. The TO7, which obviously again what I bought it for, that has like a dedicated slot at the front. I mean, that's a dedicated slot, but it literally, it's got a little panel that lifts up. Watch my video on it, it's obvious. Well, that fits. Let's turn it on. Oh, there we go, Mega ROM. Oh, look at that! Oh, okay, how do I choose things? Oh, there's literally letters and numbers next to it. Right. Well, we're obviously going to load up Choplifter. Hey! Okay, that's pretty awesome. Right. Well, we don't know if this works still because it's a time limited thing, but we do know the cartridge is working and we can load games, which is awesome. Oh, blimey. That's normal. How you start it? I don't know if that's normal or not. Anyway, it loaded. Let's reset. Oh look, so Choplifter's in there. So we have to turn off entirely and then it reloads the Mega ROM. I realise the picture you're getting on the camera is not going to be great. Let's load up Minor 2049, which is a capital A. Yay! Happy face, okay. More happy faces. Don't know what's happening. I think it's safe to say I've not got much idea what's going on here. Okay, anyway, we will try to work out what's going on. I'm hoping to do a stream the weekend that I'm really, well, no, the weekend before. It doesn't matter, you know what? When this video comes out, unless you're a patron, I would already have streamed, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing per se, so I have to work that out. Oh, hello. Oh, I see. Right, this is the problem. So the number pad, you'll see the numbers are in green. You have to actually hold down this button to get numbers. That's what the problem was. Right. That's working. I wonder what the keys are. Hopefully you can use keys, because I'm not sure how I plug the joystick into this. Anyway. That's definitely working. So yeah. Guess I'll do the outro now. Okay, that was partially successful. So we haven't completely fixed the problem, although it did. You know, we got the screen up. It does kind of work anyway, but we've definitely improved the problem. Before, the black screen issue would happen and it wouldn't go away until the machine had been left alone for a while. Now it does kind of come back, so it looks like we're getting close to where that issue is, but we're not there yet. I think what we'll do is we'll talk to a few people that know more about the Thomson machines than me. There are obviously a lot of those people, especially the people from France, because oddly enough they have more experience with them. We will get this machine working. It's so close to being good, and it deserves the time as well. We've also got an external disk drive for it, which I'd like to get working as well. I've designed a cable. Well, I've made a cable to connect it to the machine, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to then, once we get that working, we'll be able to make the external drive use a Gotek, which obviously will also increase what we can load easy enough from the machine, as well as the stuff on the RAM card. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit like. If you really like the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't like the video or you have something else to say, then please leave it in the comments below. And don't forget, you can join as a member from just $1, which will give you early access to videos. And hit the bell icon thing so you get told when new videos arrive, including another one on the Thomson machines at some point. Thanks for watching.
The present is horrible, the future looks bleak. Remember our childhood to get us through the week. We're getting re-enthused, back to the past and the things we used. We all know that our pasts were great, escaping the things that today we hate. Getting re-enthused, getting re-enthused.